Hello students, good afternoon everyone. This is Gini Rajvanshi from Pahuja Law Academy, and today we are here with one interesting video on demand, that is the 10 most important questions of IPC, Indian Penal Code. Now in this PPT, in this video, I am going to discuss what are the probabilities that majorly these 10 questions from these 10 topics are generally asked. You will see these questions in every exam of every state judiciary, be it UP, Bihar, DJS, any state judiciary. But because these are the most important topic of IPC, so these 10 questions, I have made them myself. This becomes very important for you to understand what are these 10 questions and how are you supposed to answer them. So I am going to give you a very brief about how to write the answers, but this video is basically about the questions. So the first question that I have taken is about mens rea. As you can see, it is about the mens rea. Now I have written two questions. Generally, mens rea questions are asked in many formats, but mens rea question, or when you say actus non facit reum nisi mensit rea, this doctrine or this maxim along with the motive and the essential elements of crime becomes very important. This question is generally asked, repeatedly asked in all the state judiciary exam. So the first question or the first topic that you are supposed to prepare is the mens rea, this actus non facit reum nisi mensit rea maxim, and what are the essential elements of the crime along with the intention. You also have to do the difference between intention and motive, intention and knowledge, right? So this become your first important topic. Second is, when we talk about the second question, it relates to the constructive liability. Everyone know how important the topic of common intention and common object is. This question is generally asked in the exams. You will definitely find this question in all the state exams, whether I will be talking about prelims or mains, right? Now, there you are to understand the difference between section 34 and 149. Then this phrase I have also written with the difference between common intention and similar intention. You have to understand that sometimes it is just not only 34 and 149 they are asking, sometimes it is also section 34 and section 35 of IPC, because generally students do not read this and there is a difference between common intention and similar intention. So these two questions come out from this topic as to what is the joint liability, what do you understand by the constructive liability, how you are supposed to differentiate it from 149, the unlawful assembly and unlawful object, and what is the difference between common intention and similar intention, right? Now the third question is, what are theft and extortion? When does it become robbery? When does robbery become dacoity? Is the preparation of dacoity punishable in law? Now, my objective of including all these four things in one question is as to I am supposedly telling you that all the four things are important. That means you have to be very thorough with the offences relating to property. It is definitely, you will definitely see a mains question in every exam relating to offences relating to property. Why? Because generally student gets confused when theft becomes robbery, when extortion becomes robbery, right? So you have to be very vigilant in understanding the essential elements of theft, then extortion, then how does theft and extortion becomes robbery, and when robbery finally becomes dacoity, right? This last part of the question is asked. Why? Because dacoity is the only offense whose preparation is also punishable. Dacoity is the offense जिसकी preparation भी punishable होती है. इसको छोड़ के और किसी offense की preparation punishable नहीं होती है, right? So this becomes an important question from offences relating to property. Now, fourth question is, discuss the law relating to criminal intimidation by referring relevant case laws. In what way extortion is different from criminal intimidation? Sometimes they also ask theft. Now, you will say, ma'am, that you have repeated this question. No, I have not repeated this question. These are two different and very important questions. criminal intimidation and the difference between extortion and theft is itself a very important concept in IPC. It is itself a very important question that is generally asked in the judicial services examination. So you have to be that means if I talk about, you have to be very thorough with theft, extortion, robbery, dacoity, criminal intimidation, and you should make a chart in your own notes, the difference chart, and you should differentiate them on the basis of their essential elements. It is very important, and there are very basic differences that you have to read the Bare Act and find out what is the minute difference between theft, extortion, robbery, dacoity and criminal intimidation, right? So please make this difference chart in your class notes and do not forget to attempt these kind of mains question while you are preparing for judicial services examination. Now the next question is criminal conspiracy and the difference between abatement and criminal conspiracy. Now see, criminal conspiracy is one important thing, but majorly the important part of this question is the difference between abatement and criminal conspiracy. Why? Because it was only in 1913 that criminal conspiracy was introduced as a separate offense, right? Before that, criminal conspiracy was included in abatement only. Today also we read, right? Abatement can be of three types. Intentional aiding, criminal conspiracy by instigation, right? So still abatement by criminal conspiracy is a part of abatement, but from 1913 we have taken it as a separate offense. So we have to understand that what is the difference between abatement by criminal conspiracy and criminal conspiracy, and what was the objective of the legislature to make this offense a separate offense in 1913, right? So this becomes very important to understand the difference between criminal conspiracy and abatement by criminal conspiracy. Now question number 6 is, of course, the right of private defense. You will definitely get one question relating to the right of private defense. Now the next part of the question is, can the accused person rely on that private defense without pleading it? This is something extra which I have written in the part of the question, but you just have to understand that you cannot miss the RPD, that is the right of private defense of the property and as well as of body. It is 100% sure you will get one question from RPD, either it can be from the body or it can be from the property. Now, what one additional thing I want to add here is, here I have taken the 10 most important questions, as in my motive is to tell you about the 10 most important topics of IPC, right? So the 10 most important topics of IPC I am covering. That means you need to understand that from these 10 most important topics, there is the highest possibility that you will get the questions in the mains exam. I am not saying that the question which I have written will be asked in exam. No. Why? Because these are the theoretical questions that I am referring here. But generally, you people nowadays, like for example in DJS, you will get an application based question. A one-page problem they will give you and then they will ask you the answer. So, obviously I am saying कि जो application based question या theoretical based question आएगा वो इन 10 topic में से किसी पे आएगा. So, these are the 10 most important topics of IPC. Please don't see it as कि यही theoretical based questions पूछे जाते हैं exam में. No. The topic includes theoretical as well as practical based questions, right? Now, question number 7 is relating to the kidnapping. Kidnapping and the law relating to the kidnapping and difference between kidnapping and abduction. This becomes the next important topic. Now, kidnapping, they can ask from any type. They can ask the types of kidnapping, kidnapping from lawful guardianship, kidnapping from India, or they can also further categorize it and ask how it is done by enticing, how it is done by taking away, how it is done outside India, what is the difference between kidnapping and abduction, right? So that means you have to cover the topic of kidnapping and abduction entirely. Now, Again, I am repeating, you need to cover the major sections of all these topics, right? It's not like that कि आपको 20 या 25 पूरे ही sections पढ़ने हैं kidnapping और abduction के. No, you just need to read the सबसे most important 4-5 sections, and the rest sections it's just for the prelims point of view, right? Question number 8, very important. Every murder is culpable homicide, but every culpable homicide is not murder. Why? Because culpable homicide is a genus and murder is a species. हर मर्डर को कल्पेबल होमिसाइड होना ही पड़ेगा, लेकिन हर कल्पेबल होमिसाइड मर्डर नहीं होता है, राइट? तो दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. अब आप इसको ऐसे कह लें कि वो आपसे डायरेक्ट डिफरेंस पूछ लें सेक्शन 299 300 का, वो आपको, और जनरली इस पे एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन बनते हैं जहां पे वो आपको रैशनल क्वेश्चन देंगे, एक सिचुएशन क्वेश्चन देंगे और वो पूछेंगे कि बताइए इसमें एक्यूज ने मर्डर किया है या कल्पेबल होमिसाइड किया. तो इसमें बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है इन दोनों के मेंसरिया को समझना, ठीक है? मेंसरिया जब मैं बोल रही हूं तो मेंसरिया 299 में 3 दिए गए हैं, 3 मेंसरिया, और 300 में 4 मेंसरिया दिए गए. बहुत माइन्यूट डिफरेंस होता है 299 और 300 में. दैट इज ऑब्वियसली टॉट यू बाय योर टीचर्स, ठीक है? Next question, 9th question is defamation. Again, according to me, defamation is a very important topic and it is repeatedly asked. ये repeatedly asked ही होता है क्योंकि ये criminal law में या freedom of speech और expression के साथ काफी ज्यादा चर्चा में रहता है, न्यूज में रहता है आए दिन, ठीक है? तो डिपेंड करता है कि अगर उस ईयर कुछ हुआ होता है ऐसा तो आपसे जरूर डिफेमेशन रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है, राइट? And the last question is 498A and 304B. Whether these are mutually exclusive or not. Of course, 498A or 304B, that is dowry death and this is cruelty. तो इसमें बेसिकली वो आपसे डिफरेंस पूछते हैं कि क्या एक पर्सन पे हम दोनों सेक्शंस लगा सकते हैं या फिर किस पे डाउरी डेथ लगाएं, किस पे क्रुएल्टी लगाएं, क्या क्या कंडीशंस होंगे, क्या ये दोनों म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव हैं, मतलब एक बार में एक ही ऑफेंस लग सकता है या दोनों ऑफेंसेस भी लग सकते हैं. इसीलिए ये चीज बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाती है. और इसमें क्योंकि चार्ज भी कनेक्टेड होता है तो हमें इसमें सीआरपीसी प्रोविजंस को भी यूज करते हुए बताना होता है आंसर, ठीक है? तो अकॉर्डिंग टू मी दीज आर द 10 मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स ऑफ आईपीसी, जहां से आपको ये टॉपिक्स बिल्कुल भी स्किप नहीं करने चाहिए, आपको बहुत अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करने चाहिए इन ऑर्डर टू आंसर योर मेंस क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है? मेंस के क्वेश्चंस आप देखोगे जितने भी ज्यादा बुकलेट में, चाहे आप अगेन थ्योरेटिकल देखिए या एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड देखिए, आपको जनरली 80% ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस इन ही टॉपिक्स में से मिलेंगे जो मैंने अभी 10 क्वेश्चंस आपके सामने कवर किए हैं. आई एम अगेन रिपीटिंग, दीज 10 क्वेश्चंस आर जस्ट फॉर द एग्जाम्पल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू कि मुझे आपको वो टॉपिक बताना था, इसीलिए मैंने क्वेश्चंस उठाए हैं डिफरेंट, ठीक है? तो फॉर द सेक ऑफ टेलिंग यू द टॉपिक्स, राइट? आई होप you all will like the video, so please like, comment and subscribe the video. Please share it with your friends. If you guys have any doubt, please write it in the comment section. And if in case you guys want any other video relating to IPC, any other topic, then please do mention in the comment section and we will get back to you very shortly. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.